brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5". Down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
It's been quite the evolution for Stephon Diggs because when he came out of high school, many thought he was the top prospect going into college football. Didn't have quite the career that was expected and actually got drafted lower than what many people thought. But, boy, is he playing to a top level now while he's in Minnesota.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. Takes this for 3 to the 29. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
after a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go.
And they give this time to the tailback. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Back to throw. Hodges. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Space to run past the 20. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On second down now, Parker, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Hodges. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Detroit! Detroit! No, check. Patriot! Patriot!
Now a handoff looking right. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case,
now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
it's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
On first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play? That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll bite, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, the kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again. Hodges, and Myers has it over the middle. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He only has a single solo carry, one. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only one carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hodges. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Seattle. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Seattle. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Hodges, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throw left side complete. That's George. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On first down, Hodges over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Hodges, that's complete, right around the 8. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Hodges, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs from 8 yards out, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Seahawks on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go.
to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
One thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So we've got to hold that thought, Mr. Ridley. We've got a trip to the title game on the line. Folks are eager to get right back to the action. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Let's go! Blue, land it! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they try the right side here. And he is knocked down from the side at the 49. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll set up a throw out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Yes, we often say get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Whether it's slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete.
Set! Green, 39!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And how about that on third down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receiver, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a first down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown. Because
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 69 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Hodges. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And it's fielded at the 34. Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Green, 39!
They'll look to throw here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
To throw on second down. Hodges. Room here to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Hodges. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Hodges. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And again this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage? And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Hodges stays on his feet. He won't go down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw. Hodges. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hodges over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that is incomplete.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. On play action, they'll throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And some room to maneuver. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. He's back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first as they bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Back to throw. gets the football. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. He finds Myers. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. So there's the spike as it comes with 23 seconds to go. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hodges. This will be caught at about the 6. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. On 3rd and 2, Hodges. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only one period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. To throw on second down. Hodges. It's complete to Diggs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
The left side caught by Diggs. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Charles, you think back to some of the great OT games in postseason history. There have been a lot of them. I think in January 2016, Hail Mary from Aaron Rodgers, but the Cardinals were able to survive that game.
Yeah, you need a Larry Fitzgerald, which the Cardinals had, to trump an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, and they did so. But let's go back. 1982. Okay, don't say it. I know I'm the old guy here. But San Diego at Miami, one of the classic NFL games that was finally decided in overtime. Dan Fouts to Kellen Winslow, and the Chargers advanced to the AFC Championship game. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Eagles going up against the Cowboys.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6". They'll run. This is Brown. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the result.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. To throw is Hernandez on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give him a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it second and goal. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Dallas gets set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Looking to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 3rd down. That's Brown. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So we're through a quarter here on Thanksgiving Day. 7-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll look to set up his blockers. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play here for the Cowboys. 54 yards. And when you draw up a draw play, you want to draw it up like that, right?
Sometimes it takes some fortitude to call that play, because if it doesn't work, it's a lot of angry people waiting in the hole for the runner. In this case, it broke free, a big gain.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 3rd down, that's Fields. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll buy some time right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Here we go.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. and it's 21-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now it's Brown, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Cowboys now for 2 straight weeks are having trouble throwing the football. The Eagles have done enough on that end to disrupt the flow, and that's played into it as well. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half.
All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Off play action. Hernandez escaping the pressure right. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. White 3. White 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Second down following the run.
Hey,
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Over the middle, complete. That's French. A gain of 6 there on first. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
All right, here we go. Now, check.
They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Robert Turbin. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Robert Turbin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now Hernandez. Off play action. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Blue landing.
Looking to throw. Hernandez. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it here with Brown. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Robert Turbin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Especially when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Hernandez looking to throw on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at 56.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, good move. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. 319. 319.
Time running out here on the play clock. They go play action here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Here's Hernandez to throw again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sullivan. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here we go now!
And to give this time to the tailback. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
And the play clock's running down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39!
Back to throw. Hernandez out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 20! And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Now the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So it'll be first down here after the run. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at 56.
Now they try the right side here. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this looks to probably be the final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now in desperation. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Philadelphia, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Let's go, let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Who wants it? Let's see some hustle out there today. Got a big game this week. Come on.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins will need to be on top of their game if they want to come away with win number 9 on the season. It's the Eagles going up against the Dolphins. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded at the 2, and he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Four yards remaining now on second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The numbers for him from a week ago, 25 carries, 81 yards.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope. The good things are in store here today.
Up to the 34-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 109 yards.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, you know, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
Hernandez now. Off the play fake, eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Seven yards to go on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the 1st quarter. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Looking to throw. Hernandez. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Let's go. Green 39. Green.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. To throw is Hernandez. On first down, looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cross. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Hurry up, here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Here we go.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, this from 39. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have the highlights of this first half, but he won't have touchdowns because we haven't had any to this point.
But there's still time, though, partner.
They'll look to throw, and he's got his man on the out route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. They'll look to throw here. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Well, the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
So 2nd and 10 here. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas, the Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the 2nd quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Hernandez Throwing on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sullivan. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Hernandez, off play action, sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll got his man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Dolphins and the Eagles have very low rushing totals. It has not been an effective part of either team's game plan, and you wonder if either side will give a more concerted effort to run it in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he'll eventually...
Sorry, Larry. Your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Here we go. 3-19.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Boom, landed.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Green 39.
Back to throw. Hernandez. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down following the run. Here's Hernandez off the play fake, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Play clock winding down. On 3rd down. That's Morrison. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They're going to try and throw. Flushed out right. And Paul has it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Josh Robinson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Time running out here on the play clock. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now a handoff looking right. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Off the play fake. Hernandez. They'll roll him out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Backside of that Philly. Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And he'll bang that one through. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score now.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Time for a break. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go!
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. Them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
You and I have not met a coaching staff yet that likes to coach negative situations. Even plant that in their head. But you have to work on what happens if you get an extra point blocked, because now they can pick it up and return it for 2 points. You have to go over that.
Nice job to get back there and make the tackle, preventing them from getting all the way. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Here we go. 3,
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. They'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And on 2nd and 10 now. He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak. And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful. Now a handoff looking right. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing. You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done. So for the Eagles, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move